California Dreamin', Monday, Monday, and Dream a Little Dream. I kind of want to sing, but I won't. They are the iconic sounds of the Mamas and Papas, and they're hitting the stage over at Phoenix Theater this month. Joining me now to talk a little bit more about this performance of Dream a Little Dream are Tori Anderson as Michelle Phillips, Michael Sample as John Phillips, Elisa Schiff as Elisa Schiff Warner. Can't forget the Warner part, as Mama Cass, and Evan Siegel as Denny Doherty. So we welcome all of you to the show.
Thank you.
I made it through all the names, and so we are all kumbaya. We can forge ahead. All right, exactly. So, Tori, I'll start with you. Just tell me a little bit about Dream a Little Dream.
Well, it's a story of the Mamas and Papas, their ascent to fame, and then the downward spiral that occurred soon after they got together. And it evokes nostalgia for that era because they significantly shaped the sound and look of that time. It's full of great costumes and wonderful voices, and it's really fun. It's super fun, and yeah, it's a really, really great show.
It's always a good thing when you can go to work and it's fun.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
That kind of keeps you coming back.
Yeah.
Even with all the hiccups along the way. So, Michael, I understand that you and Elisa have actually worked together before.
Correct.
So that must be a good thing. You're back together.
Absolutely.
If it didn't work out that well, you probably would have gone and found another show to do.
Absolutely. We've done it on the East Coast, the West Coast, a few different times, the show, and it's fun to have another crack at it every time, to add new things to the character, learn more about it. And
I was going to ask, do you try and kind of do a little bit of impromptu because you know where the direction it's going and you know each other, or do you?
The cast appreciates it. They appreciate it if we stick to the script as much as possible, but you definitely you learn more about the character every time that you do it, so you add different things that have an element of impromptu, I guess you could say, but...
Well, I have a feeling there's a lot of inside jokes that go on when you know somebody that long. Yeah, that's a story for off camera. Elisa, tell me a little bit about kind of the music and really how it helps set the stage. Pardon the pun.
Sure. Well, no, it's real interesting because it's not a typical musical where characters just turn and break into song, but because the Mamas and Papas, John Phillips, who wrote most of the music, wrote about their lives at the time, all the music relates directly to the story and what's going on stage, so you can really... if you listen to the lyrics, even though it's just like, oh, you're performing a number or they're in the recording studio, the lyrics all have a lot to do with what's going on and help further the plot. It kind of works on two levels.
I think it's kind of like that, that you associate something with kind of the emotional experience through the sound.
Sure.
And then the storyline kind of marries it, then it really kind of is like the full experience. Historical components are also part of this experience. And so tell me what it's like to kind of go into that period and play a character.
It's very, very interesting. And generally, when you create a character, your only limiting factor is your imagination. And now there's another limiting factor, which is reality. And Denny Doherty, in particular, was known very well by the playwright. He was his best friend of 30 years. So there are a number. You feel responsible to Denny and to his friends, the people that he's left behind, to really capture his essence, both physically and emotionally. So it's been a real adventure to explore that.
Well, and Elisa, I'll ask you this question because this is not your first go-around with this one.
Sure.
How do the costumes that we're seeing, those are always so critical when you put together...
The costumes in the show, they're beautiful. The costume designer, Connie for Solomon, did an amazing job. She's actually done all 3 productions that we've done so far, and it really helps set the mood, and the costumes are just beautiful, and there's a tremendous amount of them. There's only 8 actors in the show, and I don't know offhand, but it seems like there's hundreds of costumes.
Well, how many times do you change?
Oh gosh, probably 15 times.
Who do you think changes the most?
Evan.
Well,
19.
19 changes. Yeah, no, I've had the privilege of being backstage on a couple different shows, and it's like a pit crew. It's the coolest thing.
And our crew is amazing. They do a fantastic job. You have no idea when you see on stage what's going on backstage,
right.
But they're top notch. They do a great job.
They take push you out.
I've always wanted to be back. I mean, of course, I want to see a show from the seats, but I've always wanted to be backstage just to see the mechanics, because you get back on and it's just ta-da, we're back.
It's a whole nother show.
Yeah, it's very orchestrated. In fact, each of us have our personal dressers that follows our entire track, so they can do this every single moment.
That's awesome.
So,
well, I'm going to let people know how they can go out and support you and see you and see a little bit of the Phoenix Theater. Dream a Little Dream is playing at the Phoenix Theater through May 27th. Make sure you head out there. There's some great music, and you can buy tickets at phoenixtheater.com or by calling the phone number on your screen. That's 602-254-2151.